Hello everyone and welcome to Factorio. I'm Par and today I will be playing Seablock. So in the previous episode I believe I adjusted, well not adjusted, we did research, the important research, and fixed this crystallizer so that we have hybrid catalysts produced, which is great. You saw like LTN manager mod doing something. That's because I updated mod versions again, and there were a couple of minor changes to mods like Power Overload and some other mods. I'm not sure whether I'm using them, but they're still in my like Factorio directory. Okay, let's take a look. What is the issue? We are having problems with purple signs. That is okay. We're having problems with tin wires, and we have problems with tin and glass. What? Okay, let's start with something simple. Oh, and we wanted to fix tin wires, so maybe that's what we will focus on. Okay, where should we place them? Let's think. Tin wires. Let's place them here. I think that's a good location for tin wires, so we might as well place them, you know. Maybe on the other side. I don't know which one would be better. Okay, let's add some rubber port reach here and here. And hopefully this should be enough to landfill all of this. So, now that we did it, what is happening with glass? We have glass production. I don't understand what is the problem with glass. Maybe it's because we used to have like this part used to have chemical plants, and the glass is just like not recovered yet, but I don't see any problems now with it. Next thing, tin. We know about this. We will try to basically build tin wire processing right here. And if we look at the wires, have this wire. Let's actually make like a single block with all wires that we have. So we have tin one, well, not that we have, but the ones that would be better off to be done here. We have silver one, right? We have gold one, and that's it, right? There are no more wires anywhere here, right? This is silver, we did it. Tin, did it. What is gold? Gold. Okay, let's double check. We have gold wire. We have... Oh, wait. Platinum wire. How did I miss it? So we also have platinum wire. And I shouldn't have placed them like this. I want to place them separately. So there's like a gold one. And I want to place platinum one. Okay, nice. Let's say, let's go for 30, right? We're going for 30. How much stuff do we need for that? And we can in theory use Stencasting machine 2, maybe for this 5. you know what, let's go for 60. I think this would be a better number. So we need 60, 60, 60, and here, 60. The processes, I believe, look very, very similar to each other. So we just need to get a little bit of molten gold and copper, and same here, right? We'll have platinum and copper. So if you look at this, we need 60 platinum ingots, and we need a little bit of tin ingots, a little bit of silver, a little bit of gold and platinum. I think what would be nice here, well, it's definitely would be nice to produce copper on site, because, and the reason why I'm saying that is because if we produce it on site, then we need to transport less, like we need to send less trains, right? 40 copper versus 60 ingots. It's like 50% less trains for copper. So I will go with this. I'll try to move around ore as much as I can. And everything else, let's take a look. So if we look at the oxygen, how much do we actually need? We need 3 of this, 3 chemical plants, and 6 of this. Okay, I don't like it. Let's use the best air filters. 4 of this. Okay, this is actually pretty nice. It's not a huge build. We'll fix it here. Let's take a look at... Oh, right. I wanted to give the stations names. Let's call it YS. And we want to give the station some icons, right? No, not gold. Silver is lower tier, then we have gold, and then we have platinum. Like this, right? Looking good. This is input. And this is corresponding output. Let's find it. Temporary out to do it too. What is temporary out station? Oh, this is output, right? Where do we have it? It got to be somewhere here, right? Around the starting area. Okay, mall right, mall top. Lost stuff. 2. Okay, we don't have anything strange. Okay. Oh, temporary out. I guess it's because we had like lots of stuff here in the past, but this station is supposed to be called refining stereotype out or sulfurite out. I'm always confusing them. Refining like this one out. Let's just rename it so that we know what, like which station we are actually talking about. Okay, while all of this is happening, we can tell robots to clear the area. And we probably should, well, we definitely should do that. Because this will allow us to space here. This will allow us to kind of, it will ensure we have some extra, well, not extra, but we'll have some city blocks prepared for when we need them. Right, okay, this can be removed. This part, let's also stop moving it, forward. Honestly, this is looking pretty good. like this. Nice. And here we need to do something with this worm, and we can do something. Nice. Check this out. What's going on here? I think I'm missing something. We could be missing the report here, here, and we're missing something in here. Something like intersection. And this part. Nice. Okay, let's proceed. What what other problems did we have? We had problems with glass, I believe, and with tin. So this is known. Actually, since I'm building tin wires, let's do something. Let's stop consumption of tin plates here. Oh, sorry, not tin plates. Yes, tin plates. Well, not really consumption. Let's stop these processes, I guess. That would be a more correct way of saying what I want. I don't want to have these lines working. And we had like this thing designed in a way that we have like, we are rearranging resources before sending them further down. And this allows us to pretty much, yeah, cut this production as easily as I did just now. Okay, so we are out of tin wire. What was the problem with blue science though? If you look at blue science, where is it? It is. It's not using tin wire, right? It's not. It needs copper. And it's a little bit short on copper. Maybe because we were consuming lots of copper for tin wire, to be honest. Right? It's not just about the tin, it's also about copper, the previous recipe, the one that is not really great. If we're still waiting for the spot to be landfilled, that is completely fine. Now, do we have everything that we want here? Said I want to use stand casting machine 2. Do I have it? I'm not sure whether I actually have it. Stand casting machine 2. We do have it. That's good. Okay, let me just hover over all of these things. Resin. Okay, good. Yeah, robots are busy, as you can see. Robots are really busy. What's happening here? Like, why is it getting stuff from there? How many robots do we have? We have... Wow, all our logistic robots are busy. I guess they're delivering stuff to the chests, right? Logistic robots are delivering landfill to the chests, and then construction robots are, like, very, very quickly using it. Logistica white. Construction... Oh, wait. Logistica yellow. And these are the construction robots. I'm a bit confused. Why are we getting this? Oh, right. This is our main base. Right. Yellow is construction, and white seems to be logistics. What's happening here? Let me move over to that side and double check why we have some of the things marked red. So this one is red. Why is that? Because it needs clay brick. It's actually not requesting it. Let's fix it. That's bad. This stuff. Why it's red? We don't have iron rods. as in like we don't have iron. How is it possible for us to not have iron rods? Here, somewhere. Very questioned, and they even delivered. Maybe they just delivered not fast enough. So here, nothing interesting. Here, nothing. Well, this spot requires alien artifacts. 20. They're short on power. I mean, it seems to me that everything here is mostly working, but I'm actually not fully sure about that, because something happened with power. It's probably roboports. It's probably roboports that require too much power. So that's not great that we are having issues with the power. That's not good. Is our power working correctly? I mean, everything seems to be fine. This thing is supposed to not working. We have lots of fuel there. We're exporting some fuel. Oh, it's like power is low, right? That's why. No, power is fine. It's moving slow. What is this? Oh! Interesting. Interesting. We forgot. Looks like I forgot to change the spot. And that's actually pretty bad, because what it means is that all our power blocks might have an issue. All our power builds might actually have a huge issue. Let's copy the spot. Make it like this. So I need to place power pole there. Alright, let's copy it and let's fix it everywhere. So this is one build that we need to fix. This is another build that we gotta fix. So 1, 2, that's power. This is the third one. Wow. And you saw, right? One belt started backing up here. Right, this belt started backing up because it's like full 9.6. That's bad. It basically means that we could have lost the power really soon, I think. It also has the same problem. Right, let's fix the spot here. Same problem. We'll still need to set, like to apply a recipe to this building, but it should be okay. That's leftover from the mod update, right? I didn't replace, well, I didn't fix the spot because I think I checked it, but I somehow missed it, I guess. Right, so we updated this tree. We have updated this one, it's red. This one and this one. It's already placed. Yep. Seems like it is. Let's go there and let's actually set recipe. We want Viscous mud water. Yep. Now we can copy this spot and just stamp it in a couple of places. Yeah. 1 recipe, but applied. Nice. Here. 2, have the recipe. Here. Here. And here. So it should work now. And look at that. We basically have finished landfilling the block. Finished landfilling the block. Let's try to quickly build it. So what do we want? We want 40 belts of copper. Let's do that. So we'll have 40 belts of copper coming here. That's our 40 belts. Good. Next, let's focus on copper ingots first. No, not on that. Let's focus on this thing first. How is it gonna look? We want to have pretty much 4 copies of it. We'll need to. It seems like we'll need high tier buildings for these 2 processes. But apart from that, like the ratios, we could even leave them as is and just update the thing in place, right? So we need 4 copies of the build. And the build itself will look... Oh yeah, picking everything from the ground. Okay, let's do this. The build itself, how will it look? We need these things. We need them to take as an input some stuff and, well, molten things. So we have 10 of these buildings in total. Let's just place them. Have 10 of them. Nice. And we need to place like 4 plus 4 buildings. So the furthest will be tin. No, maybe I want to swap it. Let's just turn it like this. Let's say inputs are coming from above. And now the furthest is copper. And so we'll have... Oh nice, kind of matches. We'll have 4 buildings with copper. And we want a couple of buildings with tin, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's say we'll do it like this. I can even move this a little bit. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, now it looks really, really nice. However, we need to have we need to connect all of this together. Okay, and with that done, we can actually move copper closer. The tin part, it actually also matches. But we just need to connect it. And with that, this build should basically work. Except it needs to get something. It needs to get 15 copper ingots into 4 machines. That's basically 4 ingots per second. I'm not sure whether 1 inserter at this speed will be enough. So let's do it like this, with 2 inserters per machine. And we can do something like this. I'm not sure whether it's gonna work. It probably will work. Okay, so let's do it like this. We will also need to have some water. Right? Okay, so that's basically it. We'll have output exactly 15 per second. So maybe I should actually use red belt for that. Just in case, you know. Let's add inserters. Okay, we added a bunch of inserters. I will want to change them to place on both sides of the belt, but that's okay. And I also need to add some power poles here. Okay, we have power poles there. We are missing connection between power poles. We could introduce it like this. So that's the build. And it should work. It just needs a couple of things as the input, right? It just needs a belt of tin ingots, and it needs a belt of copper ingots. Let's get back here. If so we need 7 blast furnaces. So we need 2 blast furnaces per each line. So we can actually, so we need 7 in total. We can, wait, not 7, 5, what? Alright, because I placed this one. So we need 7 in total. We can actually make it 8 and send 2 blast furnaces for each of the lines, because I want to have like 4 lines of this stuff, right? How should we do that? Let's think. Let's try and figure this out. Okay, so and it also needs oxygen. So what if we place copper stuff here? Maybe like this. We will take the output and turn it. We can actually move it a little bit further there. Like this, right? Have the other stuff being delivered with this belt. Okay, and this could actually, wait, let me change this a bit, because we need to deliver charcoal to feed these furnaces, right? And I want to do it like this, so we'll have a couple of power. Like this, I think. I think it would look nice if we do it like this. Okay, and I want to change this part. Oh, I cannot do it. Let's just copy it then. Okay, I want to change this one, this one, this one, and this one. Nice. So now the inserters are kind of fixed. We need to have what's the ratio? 7 to can we, I don't know, like increase the thing here? So the ratio would be 2. Alright, 1 to 2. Exactly, 1 to 2. And do we have it? Our processor. Here, right? No. Here. It should be here. We don't have it. We need to research it. Or processor. This technology is super important to us. So let's cancel this one, let's cancel this one, let's basically cancel everything and get our processor first, because that seems to be more important. And while we are waiting for it, I don't think I'll be able to actually place it, or maybe we will. Okay. We'll use stack inserters here, here, and here. And we'll use regular ones. So let's see, we have 13. We need 3 things per second. And this inserter has stack size 1 plus 2. So in theory, it should be enough. Like this. For it to work. In theory. Right. It needs to be a red line. So that's our copper. That's our copper. We can actually make it a little bit nicer. We could say that copper is going like this. We'll have a splitter. Maybe even a little bit further up. And we need to have 2 things here to unload all of that. Okay, 1, 2. So this is copper ore. We are getting lots of it, so it looks like we will not need this one. Now, what else can we do? Let's check. So silver. Let's produce it separately. Silver. Let's say we are using this process. I don't understand why it still wants to use. It's basically using a bad input here as well. How do I apply this category? How do I apply the fuel? This is for modules. Maybe it's somewhere in the options. Default items. I don't understand how that part works, to be honest. Okay, let's see, we have gold. We're still missing tin, right? We will get tin using this process. Okay, nice. And we will get platinum using, let's say, first process. So if you look at this, then what's happening is that we don't need a lot of charcoal. So I'll be basically just requesting charcoal. We have this, so all processes except gold are really straightforward. But we don't really have platinum and silver yet. But gold has this chlorine gas, which I will import. So I will be importing chlorine gas. That means that I want some space to export the bottles of it, or whatever, the containers that I used to deliver it, right? So we'll have this thing just dropping off the bottles. Let's change this properly. Right, and something like this. I'm short on cables, let's quickly get them. Nice. So I want to place 4 of these builds kind of here, horizontally, like, well, vertically, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. The question is, what do you want to do at the end? I actually want to uncoil this stuff and get tin copper wire, at least for tin. It's probably not ideal, but for transitioning period when consumers are still requesting tin copper wire, because I think it's requested in a couple of places, I don't want to fix it now. I want to export this. And I need 2 electronic assembly machines for that. So let's see. we can basically say that it will go here, right? We will place it here. We want some space to kind of look at the stuff, and we could produce them pretty much directly from these machines. And the input, we could also be getting input in a very similar way, right? That could be the way this part works. Right? Then we'll have underline belt going here, and we will load some, like, you know, regular, well, not regular, but this coils, tinned wire coils. That will be the name of this episode. Tinned wire coils. I have a spreadsheet where I'm keeping track of the names, or like ideas for the names. So that is basically the tin, and let's just place it, because that's kind of how we want it to look. We want it to be here. Maybe we could move it a little bit to the left. I think we would prefer to move it slightly to the left. Let's do it. So we cut all of this and we moved it slightly to the left. Maybe even a little bit above. We could keep it there. It could be slightly higher, like this. Nice. So now, is that part done? Is it done though? Place this copy as well. Okay, 1, 2. And then we'll need to use the second one. Okay, it's kind of looking... I think it's looking reasonable. What's happening here? We want to move this to the other side. This one. Like this. Right? And it should work. Now, apart from that, we also, apart from this kind of build, we also want to copy it over here, right? Here and here. So this will be gold, this will be silver, and this will be platinum once we have it. Okay, nice. Now here we need to switch this process, kind of make it go like this. So let's copy. I think I'm missing some power poles here, to be honest. Let's see what we can do about power poles. If we place a power pole here, it should be enough, right? Okay, let's place it here, 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 and here. Okay, nice. Connected, connected. Let's see what's happening next. We need some charcoal. Let's get charcoal. So we'll be getting charcoal here. This is for the copper ore. Another thing that we need to get, so this will be gold, right? We'll somehow, can we actually produce gold here? 15, 1.3. I don't think we'll be able to produce gold here, we'll have to do it here, but we'll be consuming some things from this side. That's okay. Right. one thing that I want to get some tin. Let's take a look. So we need copper ore. 200. We need... The thing is, I'm not sure that we have tin in the network. We need silver ore. Not silicon. Silver. Where is silver? Yeah. Silver. Let's not set it. We'll need gold. And we'll need platinum. And we also need... We definitely need some charcoal. So let's request it. Let's request lots of charcoal. And let's turn it on. Do we have tin? Ore. So this stuff is producing tin ore. And we don't produce it anywhere else, right? We always produce tin only as part of this process together with copper. And we are producing tin ingots. You know what? It's okay. What is being delivered? Charcoal and copper. That's okay. Let's say we'll be getting tin ingots. We have them in the LTN network, so it's probably okay. And we can even get them here and like somehow get them through. Okay, so that's tin. And we want tin to be delivered right here. Okay, this is actually looking pretty nice. This will be charcoal. We need to apply filter, so this will be charcoal. And we'll just get it like this. So that's charcoal. Should probably connections here. Yeah, and here. Nice. We still have space on this side to do, to produce gold. We can do it here. We don't need to produce tin, but if we want to switch to the ore, we should be able to just pull it kind of to the side and do something here with it. So I think this design is pretty good. Here we'll have very simple processing for silver. So I placed silver, well, didn't really mark this silver, but it's supposed to be silver. I marked this one as silver and platinum because the processes that I'll be using, this process, are very, very straightforward. They just require 2 blast furnaces and nothing more. This has an output, the bottles, that's why I put it below. And tin is a little bit more complicated, but we actually ended up not using it. It ended up being the easiest one. It's okay. More space for gold, right? Right, and here I want to give priority to the left. I want to produce wires first. Let's set the limits. We want a lot of wires. What are the wires? Yeah, the wires. We want 50,000 wires. Right? If someone is asking for wires, we'll produce them. And here we'll have the COILS. So ideally, in the future, we'll switch to COILS. And for other metals, metals, we'll be using COILS from the very beginning. We'll have to change like gold consumption. I think gold is used only for this one. Yeah, which should be straightforward to fix. We just need to change it to gold wire put like assembler here and feed, like get it back onto this side of the belt. So this will be a very straightforward change. That's gold, the only usage of gold, I believe. And silver, I think the only usage of silver is here. This one. Same thing here, we have space to uncoil. Silver-wise, we can do it right here. And right here, we'll just add a couple of underground belts. So it should be, all of this should be pretty straightforward. You know, I could actually add this one right now. So that it's clear what exactly we are doing there. Nice. Let's see. I also maybe want to get tin here. Do I want to set priority for the tin? So tin is being consumed by this process. Yes, I want to set a priority. Maybe I shouldn't. I just want to see this part working. It's very simple as that. Let's take a look again at this process. We don't have blue signs. Blue signs is shot on naphtha and fuel oil. So this part is no longer exporting enough fuel oil. Oh, it's exporting, just a bit slow. That's fine. We need to build fuel oil. Do we have task for that? More fuel oil. Yes, we do. Let's prioritize things like this. And another thing, naphtha, right? What's going on with naphtha? Something strange is happening. So we don't have crude oil. We have too much sulfuric wastewater. Too much sulfuric wastewater. It's basically full. Like this stuff is full. But are we using this too much? Oh, okay. We could change this, right? I could place a pump, and I could connect it to this container, to the storage tank. And this way, it should become a little bit better, I think. We are producing. Thanks. What? Carbon dioxide? Oh. Right. I feel we'll be having these problems for a while. I feel we'll be having them for a while. So the recipe disappeared from chemical plants, right? And we never updated this part. Unfortunately. So it will get fixed. This one, I really want to add a connection. Yeah, I want to say. So it's like 2,500. Let's say we will accept extra. What is this? Waste, right? Sulfuric wastewater. If the amount on that container is less than 500, which is basically like 20% of it. Oh, I guess we could do it even if it's less than 1000. So this should not work majority of the time. see. Let's clear this. Let's see how it works now. So now it's working. We could lower it to 500 because I don't want this thing to produce too much. Okay, and we got our processing evaluated. The only thing that's missing is we need to set the recipe, and I believe with that our naphtha should be fixed. So we should have proper naphtha production now. Here we are asking for tin ingots. It's just taking a while to get them. That's okay. Oh, look at this. There's the wrong placement. Right, but that means this one is also wrong. And this one is also wrong. Okay, so this one fixed. This one is also wrong. Nice. Power connection is there. Everything should be working. We should be getting tin stuff. Alright, we need to start building. Like we need to start making those casting machines. What was their name? These things. Or processors. Yep, let's do it. Let's take a look. What's the status here? We have some amounts of these things, but I'm not sure whether it's like a lot, or just a reasonable amount. We do have some gardens here, kind of just lying around doing nothing. You know what I could do? I could maybe start this process. Might be a good thing to do. Right. So let's scale this a little bit to get it running a tiny bit faster. Why is this right? Right, recipes. Run recipes. Anything else right? I don't see anything else being bad. It's okay. Right, this build. We still don't have tin ingots. Why is that? We have 24,000 and the limit is 150. It's like 30,000, right? Let's speed this up a little bit. I want to have at least one delivery. What is it? It's here. Oh, what is... Right, that's the ore. Let's say we are fine with the 100. And this should send a second train. Right there. One with tin ingots. Oh, look at that. It is, and it's going there. Nice. Since the train is already going, we can change this back. Good. I need to add tags here. So, we are producing this stuff. Here. We are producing silver. Well, we will be producing silver one. We will be producing gold one. And we will be producing platinum one. Nice. Looking great. And we'll have deliveries. And I believe it should work. It should just work. Let's get back to this process. So here, what is happening? We actually want to, I think, delete pretty much everything here. Maybe except this power pole. Same thing here, we want to delete everything except this power pole. Okay, let's just mix them a little bit nicer. How would we do it? Forward, and right, and like this. Okay, nice. Here, also want to change how this stuff looks. Like this. And let's see whether it's enough or not. We might need to consume the plates from this belt at the very end because we are swapping the sides for the plates, the tin plate and copper plate. So that's one thing to keep in mind. We don't need this stuff anymore. Actually, I'd say we don't need this one at all. But that will lose us the connection. So let's add it. Yeah, let's add it. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Right, it's over here. So build, and look at that. Something is happening. Oh, we don't have oxygen. Forgot about oxygen. We don't have oxygen. What should we do? We should quickly produce some oxygen. And kind of have space for some oxygen here. Should we do it? We could try to make this really, really compact. Because we have some space. Well, it's not a lot. Is it? Okay, let's not do that. Let's do it properly. So we'll have 3 of them here. 1, 2, 3. And 4 of this here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's not enough space for that. It's okay. Let's just place stuff like this. And we need 1 fly stack. Is it? Yeah. We can place it right here. And it looks like we have all of this, and they are inside RoboParts. So they should be built really, really quickly now, and we'll get this stuff working. This is stack inserters, right? Yes, stack inserters. Nice. And the robots are building our oxygen block. Nice. It's almost working. We are missing a couple of pipes here and there. It's okay, we'll get them really soon. Let's check what's happening with our blue signs. We don't have naphtha. It's surprising. I thought I fixed naphtha. What's the problem with it now? It's working. Everything is working. So I'm not sure what's exactly going on here, but I feel like everything here should be working fine. We are producing some fuel oil, some base mineral oil, raw gas that we don't know what to do with it. Okay, we have oxygen. We do have oxygen. We're producing oxygen. This is great, actually. This is awesome. When will these ones start working though? So now all oxygen is being consumed by this, which I find really... Oh, right, because we don't have enough of it. We need to add this to pipes, and then the situation should become much better. Because now it's barely enough for like 1.5 with one chemical plant working. Once we have 3 working, we should have enough. We are not doing any researches. That's probably bad, right? Let's research better trains. What else do we want? What is the most important thing that we want right now? I don't know. Maybe something with coils? I don't know what to research. What should we research next? This stuff, right? We're in the process of researching it. Low density structures. I'm not sure we need them just yet. Burner heat source. Okay, this is like last research. I don't want it. It's expensive. Trans silver processing. Silver ore. With nitric acid. I get a nitrate. I mean, this is good, honestly. This is looking good. So many. Oh, right. I want substations. I think I do. I definitely want substations. It's under 300 megawatts, but it's a really great stuff, so we'll have it. What else do we want? Boilers, polishing, gem processing. Okay, we need this for modules. Ceramics. Gems, ruby. I mean, this is probably useful, but I'm kind of, you know, more or less randomly selecting researchers now because I don't actually know which research I want. Oh, we need lubricant for express loaders. And I think we're also using lubricant for the cobalt steel bearings, aren't we? I think so. What does it give us? It gives us fast inserters. And that's good. I want to get these inserters, fast ones. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Inserter capacity bonus. We don't have pink signs. This stuff is probably also good. The highest tier of assembly machine, but it kinda requires titanium, and I can't say we have lots of it. Right, what's the problem here? We have everything except the water. Let's build water. Have water here, here, here. And we also need water here. But I'll just give it like this. We could actually... No, we cannot do it here. Okay, it's okay. It's not exactly symmetrical. Well, it's not exactly like... Doesn't look exactly the same, the build, but I think it's okay. We can actually make it look the same. Let's do this. Let's have completely equivalent build. Like this. Nice. Much better. Now it's much better. So once we add some water, this thing should start working much better. Let's take a look at something. So if I look at COILS, at this process, it can be produced through this process and through this one. No, wait, I don't want to look at this one. I want to look at tin wire. So there are two processes. There's this one, and I'm assuming that this one consumes some coolant. Like probably here where we have inserter. So we'll need to rearrange a little bit this build to make it really work, but I feel it should be possible for us to kind of move them a little bit higher and lower, because we still have, well, okay, maybe not lower, but we could increase the distance between them and have somewhere, maybe like here, coolant processing kind of facility. We'll see, but I feel we should be able to upgrade this build more or less in place. Let's observe. Offshore pump should be delivered really quickly and really soon, and this block should start working. What else do we need? Better tin wire, it's pretty much done. More fuel oil. Are we short on fuel oil? We are not short on fuel oil. Or at least it doesn't seem to be the case. We are short on tin plates, but that situation should be fixed now, right? Because we are no longer consuming them for this. We fixed here pretty much everything except this spot. Actually, I will forget about it. I will forget about this. So how should we fix it? Fix it like this. I'll just delete and place it back. And then I'll do the same thing again. And this will ensure that the plates are picked up. Okay, what's happening? Where is our offshore pump? Here it is, it's flying. Let's observe. No, run out of power. Electricity. Speaking of electricity, we don't need this one. If we need something, we'll just place it there. Look at this, it's working. We are getting a lot of tin, what's the name? Tin wire coil. We're getting lots of it. In this part, We are supposed to produce exactly 15 here, right? We are supposed... Like, we need exactly 15 copper ingots. We don't need more than that. So, I don't see a point of upgrading this splitter and this belt into a better one. Because there shouldn't be a need. It should just work. Okay, nice. It's beautiful. And how much do we have already? We have 4,000 of wires already. That's good. That's really good. And with that, we achieved what we wanted to achieve for today. So today we built this block that produces tinned copper wire, but we also left some room to expand it to produce gold wires here, silver wires here, and platinum wires over here. The processes should be relatively straightforward for all of this. Like, we don't need high tier ingots because just having this step, like the production of wire coils and then uncoiling them, it already essentially like acts like a triple productivity multiplier. So we don't need to chase for, you know, like getting like 50% here and there. It would be nice to upgrade it at some point, but it's not really important at this stage of our game. Another thing that I did found a problem in our power blocks. So look at this, it's already going down. So we lost this recipe because it used to be a chemical plant instead of liquefier, and our base could have stopped. But basically we found it approximately around the time where it should have stopped working. Or it seemed so to me, at the very least. So we fixed that part. We fixed naphtha production by fixing recipes here. Same thing. We had chemical plants instead of liquefiers here. So we fixed this part. We are producing some naphtha. A little bit slowly, but it's happening. So next... right, and we scaled a little bit our garden production. And it seems to be working. Like all of these seed extractors seem to be doing something. So I hope things are not too bad. I'm a bit concerned that these ones are not running. Let me take a look. Because we really don't want to run out of gardens. That would be bad. We have gardens here, we have gardens here, we have gardens here. That's the most important one. I just want to make sure that the farms have gardens, because if farms have gardens, then we should be good. Awesome. So now it's just a matter of getting like enough aligned plant life samples, and we should have even more gardens. And then what I'm thinking about copying this part and kind of placing it here. So it will be like another 40% expansion or something along those lines. Well, not 40, like another... We'll almost double it, right? We'll add like 66% to the existing ones. So instead of 3 copies, we'll have 5 of them. Nice. And it will be working really nice. Let's get back to the wires. Let's take a look at them. So that's what we built today. Took us more than 1 hour. But it's working. It's working. And another thing, we disconnected this block. It no longer produces wires. Speaking of that, I feel like we are asking for wires, so we can fix it really quickly now. can basically just say that the threshold here is 10 stacks. We'll have train taking 17,000 wires from here, and we can remove this marker, the stack. Right, so we got train delivery. Exactly, it's taken all our wires here. You can get the stuff back. And with that we clear this warehouse, and we don't have tin wires here anymore. So the only place where tin wires are produced now is here, indicated via city block. So let's take a look, let's make sure that all wires are actually picked up. You see, this is a little bit slow, that's why I want to get better inserters. That's why I want these inserters, express inserters. They're supposed to be quite a bit faster. Okay, we have only 8,000 wires now. It's supposed to take everything, because this station was completely short on wires, so it basically wants full train. Unfortunately, we cannot really... we can't really give it full train. But yeah, we don't have wires here, we don't have them there. Awesome! Now the spot is a little bit... looks somewhat empty, but it's okay. It's okay, no big deal. Let's see. What's happening here? We are producing a lot of wires here. And we should have requests coming here really soon, because I think threshold is 150, which translates to 30,000, and we have almost 30,000, so the stuff will work really soon. And it will unblock our purple signs, because that's where we need red and green wires, right here. Blue signs is still working, and the dashboard, what is showing us? It shows us that we don't have any problems with the ores. No problems at all. We do have problems with purple signs because of wires. With blue signs, we know that, and tin plates have not recovered yet, unfortunately. We could actually improve the situation with tin a little bit if we switch this process to be equal to this one, so that we are also getting kind of some tin reduced here. I'll think about it, but and the reason why we can do it, if all of this is stuck on copper production, we have a separate build, this one that produces copper ore. In the beginning, it wasn't the case. Right. Let's add a task. Let's say switch copper to tin. Save. Nice. Done. Let's back to this one. Okay. Thanks everyone for watching. That was episode 145. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!